Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to tell when someone is emotionally unavailable. I feel like this is an incredibly relevant topic in today's world where online dating is so prevalent, and you basically have a lot of people who are seemingly masquerading around as not desiring commitment, but I have a theory that a lot of them actually truly desire connecting with someone on that deeper level, but they just don't know how to go about doing it, and they don't want their heart to be broken in the process. So because of that, they basically shut themselves down and turn off their ability to emotionally connect with other people. So how can you tell when someone is emotionally unavailable? Well, if you've been following my videos for a while, you pretty much know that you want to pay attention to people's actions. This is huge when it comes to dating, and especially here because their actions are going to kind of clue you into whether or not they might be emotionally unavailable. For instance, if you've been dating them for a while and they suddenly start flaking on your dates or coming up with excuses and it starts going longer and longer between each date, that's usually a bad sign because they may be pulling away because you might be getting to that point where things are going to kind of become more intense and they want to avoid that. So pay attention to their actions. And another thing here is you may even notice them pulling away physically at random times. For instance, if you're trying to embrace them in a hug or you go in to kiss them, they might pull away at times. That doesn't really happen with people who truly want to connect with you. So if they're doing that behavior after you've been dating for a decent amount of time and you know that they like you clearly because they're still going on dates with you, then this is a bad sign. This shows that they're starting to pull away because things may be getting too intense again. But also, our intuition is a really strong thing and we have it for a reason, and you'll very likely kind of notice or get a sense that they're hesitating. I mean, I've experienced this myself where I could tell that this one woman I was seeing was starting to pull away, and I could see her hesitating when we were trying to have deep conversations and connect with each other. I could sense it. I could tell the emotional battle going on in her head when we were having these conversations on a deep level. We were truly trying to get to know each other, and I could tell and sense that hesitation. So if you get that feeling from someone, pay attention to it. Your intuition is sharing that with you for a reason, and it's very likely the case that they might be emotionally unavailable and they're hesitating because they want to avoid that deeper connection so they can avoid the potential heartbreak that would come if things weren't going to work out in the end. So that's a huge warning sign right there. Just any sense of hesitation or pulling away that you get from them, really pay attention to that. Do not ignore it or you will be the one who gets hurt. And then just beyond that, just kind of pay attention to whether or not they are willing to make time for you. This is another thing. When people are emotionally unavailable, they'll stop making time for you. They'll stop reciprocating on the same level that you are. You may even find if you're trying to be authentic and vulnerable and real with them, you may find that they won't be willing to reciprocate that back to you. So there have been plenty of times where I'm being my true self with a woman, but I can sense that she's holding back from revealing her true self to me. And it could be because they don't want you to see their flaws or some other reason, but it could also mean that they're emotionally unavailable and they just do not want to show you their true self and risk, again, connecting on a deeper level. So a lot of emotionally unavailable behavior stems from their desire not to be hurt. So you'll just pretty much notice that they're going to hold back in a lot of cases where things are becoming more intense. And for the women out there, you may notice that a man may pull back hardcore once you start asking what the relationship is. Because if he's emotionally unavailable, he's not going to want to enter into a relationship with you. So as soon as you bring up the question of what are we, he's going to be like, oh crap, I need to get out of here, and then he will. So that's another huge warning sign. But basically, just pay attention to anything that kind of clues you off to them not wanting to connect with you on a deep level. That's pretty much the biggest warning sign you'll find. And if you see that, it usually will mean that they're emotionally unavailable, because people who truly like you and who truly enjoy connecting with you are not going to give you that vibe at all. In fact, they're going to give you the complete opposite. They're going to want to connect with you so much that you'll probably feel incredibly wanted and desired by them. But with emotionally unavailable people, you're likely going to have a lot of questions about where you stand with them, and you're not going to know where things are. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty and ambiguity in the situation. So whenever you feel that, it could be a sign that the person is emotionally unavailable. Anyway, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!